Join me as I travel from one dimension to the next, where you'll meet me and me.
Another me.
And where this show is hosted and
Created by someone else.
Hello, and welcome to
What the What? The show about fun facts
And a little bit of science. Today, we'll be talking about
the Multiverse. By now, I'm sure you're familiar with what the Multiverse is when it comes to Spider-Man. I mean, after all, we did get one of the greatest films of our universe in 2018's Into the Spider-Verse. In that film, we saw Miles Morales become Spider-Man and join 5 other Spider people from other universes to help fight Fisk, or better known as Kingpin. Their dimensions, or universes, crossed over after the Kingpin tried to get his wife back from an alternate universe and his little girl by using a Hadron Collider. Now, the key to that story is the Hadron Collider. What is it? In short, it is a particle accelerator that collides 2 of those particles, ultimately creating, energy and just like random results to try to uncover theories. And it has long been the plot line for a lot of science fiction movies and books and shows, ultimately giving this kind of fear behind the colliding of atoms. It's easy to create sci-fi stories based on this because most of us don't understand what's happening, and saying that 2 atoms collide could open up a new dimension scary, and, well, we love scary. But everything they are doing, for now, is very safe. In fact, the energy waves that kind of blast through our planet from the sun are way more intense than what's happening in the Hadron Collider. So while it makes for a great movie, it's not very likely.
Now let's get to the point of this episode.
The multiverse. What is that? Well, it's multiple universes. Multiverse. The term multiverse is used to help us understand what we cannot see in our known universe. But first, subscribe button, click it if you would, and then comment, like, share. What else do YouTubers have to say to people every single episode? Notification bell. I almost missed that one. Let's focus on 4 types of multiverse theories: infinite, bubble, parallel, and daughter universes. Infinite universes. While we don't really know what space-time looks like, many believe that it is a flat, continuous timeline, essentially, that just kind of goes on forever and ever. Due to the limited ways that particles can be arranged, eventually that means they have to repeat at some point. So if you were to move far enough into space-time, you would see versions of yourself. So you might see yourself repeat, but then eventually there's something that's a little bit different, and then some that are so extreme that that doesn't even comprehend to the same universe. Which is the whole premise of the TV show Sliders, and I highly recommend, if there's a way to watch that these days, to check it out. Bubble universes. We can see almost 14 billion light years beyond our planet in every single direction. Watch this video to learn about Lightspeed and Lightyears. Based on the theory of eternal inflation, where the idea is that the universe is expanding continuously forever since the Big Bang happened. If the Big Bang is possible, that means that other Big Bangs are possible. Meaning, the Big Bang is just a Big Bang, one of many. As portions of the universe start to slow down, they start to decay, and in that space, a new Big Bang happens, which then expands and moves on for further and further and forever. And because they expand forever, they're always out of reach of one another. It's impossible for one to get to another. It's often visualized by imagining our universe as a balloon that is slowly expanding continuously, and that space outside of our balloon, more balloons are expanding and being created, and it just is happening continuously. Basically, what I'm saying is, Pennywise wasn't holding a bunch of red balloons, he was holding a bunch of universes. Parallel universes. Now, this is where you may have heard the term string theory. This is where each universe is basically just like stacked on top of it, just out of reach of one another. Imagine like a loaf of bread that's been sliced and just kind of stacked. Boom, 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 but there's a little bit of space in between. You just can't quite get to that other slice of bread. However, string theory requires at least 10 physical dimensions in order to be mathematically successful. We are only able to understand height, width, depth, and time. Is that right? Height, width, depth, and time. I did it. The concern with this theory is that eventually these two sections mathematically would be required at some point to interact with each other, causing these two universes to collide, which then starts a new Big Bang and essentially hits the reset button on all of those universes. Like how the Matrix always has and will repeat with a new chosen one. It's just a cycle. And finally, daughter universes. This is where the younger universe exists in a digital world known as TikTok. The daughter universe is based on quantum mechanics. Every decision that one of us makes or doesn't make results in a new timeline and just continuously splits every time we do or don't decide something. Basically, there's a version where I didn't make this episode. I wrote this line a little bit different, where someone else is hosting it altogether, and so on. Infinitely. Never-ending branch of timelines. Just like a tree that just grows and splits forever. Think of it like this. Have you ever done something in your life and then wondered what would have happened if you had not done that thing? Say, what if you never moved from West Virginia to Florida for 2 years and hated all the jobs you had, then moved from Florida to North Carolina to find all these life-changing experiences that ultimately led to you creating a YouTube channel? Wink. Well, all of those what-if moments are not what-ifs, but in fact, realities. Just not your reality, but also your reality? Was that confusing? So, having discussed 4 main multiverse theories, which one do you think we live in? I happen to believe that there's a universe where DC movies are actually better than the Marvel movies. Let me know your thoughts in the
comments below. As always,
Thanks for watching.
And what did you learn today?